Here's why you should quit driving for Uber, okay? If you're driving for Uber right now, or if you're thinking about doing it, hopefully by the end of this video, I've convinced you to throw in the towel, throw your car to the dumpster, and not drive anymore. I'm not joking. I do not think, I'm gonna give you, I have written down here 8 reasons why you should not drive for Uber, why you should quit being an Uber driver. And I know it's kind of crazy because, you know, I used to drive Uber. I used to love it. I don't think it's a good job anymore. And I no longer drive Uber for money. I have driven Uber. I've done Instacart. I did Walmart Spark driving, but mainly for content on the channel, just to test out different side hustles. I think there's vastly better ways to make money, than driving Uber and Lyft. All right. Number one, I think the best number one way to make money right now is on TikTok Shop. It's their new program that they started to compete with Amazon and eBay and all those other selling apps, so people can buy products within TikTok. And you, like, because this is so new, they're looking for people to create shops and sell products. And I am doing that right now. Literally, I'm kind of freaking out. It's 2 p.m. right now, and I've already made 850 bucks. This is my dashboard on TikTok Shop. If you want to learn how to do this, I created a program down below, community. You can start a free trial and check it out if you'd like. Join it, leave it if you don't like it. And I teach you how to do it all. You don't need any experience. I made all this money on an account that has like 52 followers. So you don't need a big following, and you don't need to show your face either, which is kind of nice. I haven't showed my face once on this page, on this TikTok page. So yeah, no experience. I'll teach you how to do it all. It's basically free to get started. I don't really see any other costs that you will need to do. But anyways, I'll have a link below to that. Let's get started. Here's why you should quit Uber. Number one, gas. Joe Biden, inflation, Donald Trump, whatever you want to call it, oil prices, electric cars, whatever it is, the price of gas has skyrocketed. I don't know what your political beliefs are, but hey, you don't need to be into politics to know that going to the gas station and driving Uber is probably eating away your bank account balance, all right? Gas is just extremely expensive, and it adds up when you're driving a lot. And you might say, oh, Dylan, I drive a hybrid. I get 40 miles to the gallon. All right, cool. Well, you're still going to the gas station, or maybe you have an electric car and you charge it at home at your garage. All right, maybe that's an exception, but those electric cars ain't cheap, all right? And they have their own slew of problems, and their true mileage, unless you have a brand new Tesla, even the older ones, their true mileage is like not really what they say they are. I don't know why it says, oh yeah, the range is 170 miles, but then after 100 miles, you're like at 10%. So it's like, anyways, I feel like it's a weird marketing ploy. Number two, cars are expensive. Cars are the number one wealth killer. It's actually kind of funny because, you know, driving Uber should be a job to make money, but actually it's costing drivers a lot of money. A lot of drivers are actually net negative because they don't realize the true cost of owning and operating a vehicle. I could list out all the expenses of driving a car maintenance, oil changes, gas, insurance, registration, you know, your car breaking down, oil leaks, whatever, brake pads, tires, etc., 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 etc. The number one reason why cars are so expensive, though, is not any of those. It's the value of your car. So if you buy a $30,000 car and you drive, let's say, 50,000 miles on it, and you made driving Uber, like, let's say, oh, I made 30 grand. But now your car's only worth 15K. You just lost $15,000 from the value of your car. That's why I always recommend buying a very, very used car, even though the maintenance might be slightly higher. But the way to combat that is when you go to buy a car off Facebook Marketplace, always buy a car under $10,000, shop around on Facebook Marketplace, buy one that has under 100,000 miles, test drive several different cars, right? You can buy a 2012 Ford Escape for like $6,000 on Facebook Marketplace. Drive it around. Does it drive smooth? Do a 15-20 minute test drive with the guy. And if you say, okay, go on the freeway, go like drive around and say, okay, this car sounds good. It looks good. It feels good. You can tell when a car feels good. You can tell when a car feels like crap. And then after that, guess what you're going to do? The guy's going to say, hey, do you want to buy the car? And you're going to say, I'm interested, but I would like to get it inspected at the Ford dealership. And Ford dealerships, typically they will do free inspections. Some of them don't, but I believe it's the case with Toyota, Honda, all these service centers, because they want your business. So you can say, hey, I need to get my car inspected. What's the cost? I've called up several dealerships. Most of them are actually free because they make money not on the inspections, but on the repairs, right? And they'll tell you every little tiny thing wrong with the car because obviously they want you to just be like, yeah, sounds good, fix it all. But you don't need to get it all fixed there. You're just gonna say, okay, print out the report. I'm gonna think about getting all the repairs. Talk to the service center guy. Say, hey, the service advisor, hey, what do you think about this car? Is it good? I'm buying a car off Facebook. Do you think it's worth it? And he'll tell you yes, or he'll tell you, heck no, don't buy this car. If you're buying a 2015 Ford Fusion with 80,000 miles on it, that car is probably gonna last a long time. So anyways, cars are expensive. I'm just trying to also like have a caveat here of like why, if you are driving Uber, keep in mind, try to buy something that's cheaper. Number 3, there are better things to do with your time. You should quit driving Uber because you're trading your time for money, right? And there's just better things to do with your time. I personally, right now with the TikTok shop, make money in my sleep. It's actually so fun to me because this is brand new. I've only been doing this for 3 weeks. Full transparency, I've been doing TikTok shop. I set up my TikTok shop store like literally 3 weeks ago. I've already brought in over $2,000. And like I said, I'll just show you. This is my dashboard here for TikTok shop. 2,800 bucks in the past 28 days. And in today, it's 850 bucks. So, you know what I do when I go to sleep and I wake up? I see orders come in because people are buying the products, and I get a percentage of money every single time somebody buys. It's crazy. And so if you can, like, don't get me wrong, you still have to put in work to do TikTok shop or, another business, but you do a bunch of work at the beginning and then it kind of becomes more passive and passive and passive. The more you work on it, the less you have, like at the beginning. Like I spent probably the first week or two, no profit, just, I kind of went a little overboard. I bought samples of everything. I made videos with the samples in person. Some people just do like green screen videos. I've never shown my face once though. And again, I'm doing this on a page that has like 50 followers. So I have a link below explaining it all how to set up. I've already gotten 2 of my friends. That's why I created the community, because I was telling my friends, hey, I'm doing this. And they go, oh, can you teach me how to set it up? And I was like, why don't I just make a community where we can all grow together and we can have a group chat, a Discord group chat. We can all help each other. And if you join our group chat, guys, we're going to be sharing each other's pages in there, and we're going to be hacking the algorithm. So that way, once you set up your shop, I'm gonna go through and like all the videos, comment on all the videos. It's gonna get boosted out into the TikTok algorithm so people start making sales, and we can all make money together. Like, it's kind of crazy, but all of my friends, not all of them, but like a good amount of them are all entrepreneurs now. We all make like pretty good money together on social media or on the internet or whatever. I have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I told my friend, why don't you do YouTube? Like, you're smart, like you could do this. And she goes, oh, I don't want to show my face. And I go, okay, so why don't you just start up a channel and hire out everything? Hire somebody to make videos, pay somebody to make videos, and you can do the editing. And you know what she did, guys? She said, okay, cool. She started a YouTube channel about stock trading tips. and it was like crypto tips. And she hired out she took it one step further. I didn't even think about this. She hired a voice actor off Fiverr or Facebook or whatever. I think she went into the Los Angeles acting groups and she's like, I'm looking for a voice actor. She hired voice actors with good microphones, everything, to be like, hello, the price of AMC stock is going to the moon, blah, 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 blah. And then she hired somebody to create the videos, and then she just managed it all. She was making like 30, 40 grand a month doing this. Because she got sponsored, actually she got, kind of funnily enough, she got a sponsor from FTX, she got sponsored from Webull, she got sponsored from Moomoo. These are all like stock and crypto apps. And she's making tons of money. And I was like, you're making more money than me. So it's like with social media, the sky's the limit. So if you want to join our group, I'll have a link below to that. Anyways, number 4, why you should quit Uber. It's not a long-term career. It's simply not. There's no promotions. Yeah, you can get better with strategy, but it's like 5 years later, you're still making the same amount of money, the same rate rather, than somebody who just signed up. Isn't that a little depressing? Like, there's just no room for growth. Unless you're like building a business and you're like buying like a fleet of cars and you have driver and it's like there's room for growth. Or maybe you're like me and you're making content about driving Uber, then like that's great. But if you're just clocking in hours every day and there's no like, that's it. It's like there's no way out. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. Just being brutally honest, by the way, if you want to hear somebody lie to you, then I'm probably not the right person. But if I'm giving advice to like my sister, my brother, my mom about, hey, should I drive Uber? This is probably the brutally honest truth that I will tell them is like, dude, you can go do it. I mean, like you can go do it if you need to pay off a credit card real quick, or you want to finish paying off your car loan faster, or you need to get out of debt. Like, let's say you have $3,000. This is a perfect example of why somebody should drive for Uber. Let's say you have $3,000 left on your car loan, and you're like, you know what? I just want to pay off my car. I don't want to have a car payment anymore. I'd be like, okay, so after your normal job, go drive Uber for 3 hours a day. Go drive Uber for 4 hours a day. Go deliver, Instacart groceries for 4 hours a day. And put all of that money onto your car loan and watch your car loan go down to 0. And then quit. And then you'll feel so good that you put in that extra time and now you don't have a car payment anymore. I'd be like, that was a great successful way to do Uber. Anyways, the next one, it's dangerous. Driving for Uber is dangerous. Statistically, people die all the time driving. It's so sad, but people get injured, people get into accidents, and a lot of times it's not even their own fault. There's drunk drivers, there's people texting the driver, there's people who are just dangerously driving. Kids are, I got my Honda Civic, I got a new body kit on it and I want to drive at 120 on the freeway. Boom. You had no choice, right? You're just a statistic. It's so sad, but the more hours you're on the road is actually one of the main reasons I quit, because I was just like, my life is you only live once. Like, why would you want to spend your time doing something that's statistically putting you in a group that's more likely to die? That's literally what driving 10, 12 hours a day, people who drive so much, they're more at risk of getting into an accident. I mean, that's just basic statistics. I'm sorry, again, this is a brutally honest truth, but hey, it might save your life if you decide to quit. I know it's kind of crazy to say that, but anyways, you can be the safest driver in the world, but there were still gonna be idiots on the road who will crash, and they might crash into you. All right, number 6, it's your health. Sitting in a car all day, I felt like I was super exhausted, yet you're burning like 0 calories because you're just like this all day staring at the road, and it like makes your mind numb. And then after you get off, what do you want to do? You want to lay down because you're so tired. But you're like, crap, I burned 0 calories today. I need to get a workout in. But do you have energy to get a fat workout in after 12 hours of driving? Maybe if you're like in your 20s, but like if you're in your 50s and 60s, you want to work a job where you can like, you have the freedom to be able to go on a walk and go walk around. Driving Uber 10, 12 hours a day, I'm sorry, but like There's people get clogged arteries from driving. Like, sitting in that position is not healthy. Number 7, you only have one life to live. Do you want to be spending the only life you live driving 8, 10, 12 hours a day? Like I said, it's fine to sacrifice for a year, for 2 years, 6 months, whatever it is, that's fine. But for 5, 6 years, I'm sorry, but like, there's better things to do with your life. Like, I know not everybody has the ability to choose. Like, I've been there, I've worked minimum wage jobs, I've worked Uber, I've worked DoorDash, I've worked at a liquor store, I worked at Nike, I worked at Starbucks. I worked all these jobs I hated because you know, I'm trying new things. But don't give up, you know? Don't give up. Get up every morning, you know, try something new, try something that inspires you. Go to the beach, go to the lake, go to the mountains, hang out with friends, spend time learning and trying new things. Take a Google certificate class, like whatever you gotta do. And then, you know, sooner or later, you'll come up with something new to inspire you. Okay, number 8 is you probably won't profit much. Like I said, after you drive Uber, a lot of times you really simply are not profiting that much. It's expensive to work as an Uber driver because you're spending so much money on your car, right? That's, you know, cars are extremely expensive. They're expensive to maintain. They're expensive to repair. The price of your car is going down in value. Every single mile you put on it, it's going down in value. Every day, even if you don't drive your car, every day your car is going down in value because it's getting older. And it's just like, after everything's said and done, how much are you realistically making after expenses? Probably not very much. And that's why at the end of the year, when you file your taxes, you probably aren't, I'm guessing if you drive an Uber, you're probably not paying that much in taxes because your expenses are so high. So they're just, you know, it's not good profit margins. So anyways, those are my 8 reasons why you should quit Uber. Let me know if I convinced you, or if not, let me know why you think I'm wrong. Hey, I'm all about discourse. I'm all about having a conversation, and God knows I love to argue, all right? I will sit here with you and argue about this, but like I said, I think there are many cases in which driving for Uber is a good option, but at the same time, I don't think it's like a good long-term position, unless you're using it as a way to, like, you know, build another business or do something else. Then I'm like, okay, you know, do your thing, buddy, do your thing. There was a guy in Hawaii who he used Uber as a way to advertise his tourist business. Like, he sold like sunset boat rides and stuff, and he would pick up people from the airport and tell them about his own business that he was running, and he was making like, I think he was making like 100 grand a year. And I was like, that's smart. I was like, that's extremely smart. So there's ways around it for sure. Again, if you are interested in learning about the whole TikTok shop thing, don't wait, because I'm only allowing the free trial to the first 100 people, and then I'm going to be closing that. And you know, it's fun. I'm doing it like all day. Like, I'm literally addicted to it right now. It's crazy the amount of orders that I'm getting already. Like, I can just show you guys real quick. Just in the past couple hours, these are all orders that have come in. And if you click the link below, you'll see what I'm selling. These are all orders that have come in just today. Like, I've gotten like 25 orders already. So, yeah, I'll have the link below to that. Otherwise, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you all. You guys are the best. We'll talk soon.